Alright, welcome to my little tips and tricks video for Gradius 3. If you want a silent playthrough, I would definitely recommend some of the more straightforward videos. There's billions of them on YouTube. This is essentially for players who want to get into Gradius 3 on the Super Nintendo and feel there's too high of a difficulty curve. There's a lot of you out there that I've read. This is one of the most complained about games difficulty-wise on the Super Nintendo. I can see why, but I think it's definitely because they don't know a few of these little interesting tricks. So first off, I'm going to put it on arcade difficulty, which is mashing the A button really fast while highlighting game level and options. This kind of pseudo-simulates the arcade difficulty, the actual arcade difficulty. It doesn't really, because the arcade is pretty vastly different, and it's actually one of the most difficult games I've ever played. This Super Nintendo version, I wouldn't say that about. First off, type select. Selecting any of these would make the game pretty challenging, at least on arcade. So you want to go over to edit mode and select Hawkwind. Your double pattern doesn't matter really. C laser, formation option, reduce, and speed down. I selected these because Hawkwind allows you to shoot missiles either up or down depending on how close you are to both sides of that screen. Double, I don't really care. C laser, I think it's the most powerful and balanced laser you can get. The formation option is kind of broken because you don't have to deal with a lot of the trails and rotations of the other ones. I think actually the snake option is the most versatile and best, but it's really hard to get used to using it, so formation option is really good for newer players. And speed down specifically you want to pick because there's a stage where you're going to want to speed way the fuck up, and you're going to need to speed down after it, or you're going to die in the next stages. So anyways, let's get started. Alright, in Gradius you start super slow. That's what makes dying in this game so hard, is because you start out... Oh, that sucks. No, not too bad. You're going to have to get up your speed again every time you die, and get all your weapons back. And as you can see, in arcade they actually shoot at you. They shoot at you in hard, but not as much. In normal, enemies don't shoot at you at this stage of the game, at least. So I'm going to get Hawkwind, C laser, and pretty much just run through this level. As you can see, Hawkwind will shoot whichever's the closest. The first level is really straightforward. It's pretty much getting you acquainted with the game. These guys can be a little bit of a bitch occasionally, but not too bad. Alright, so this is a fixed formation option. It's really nice. You don't have to worry about pretty much any variables. It'll always be exactly where it should be. There's less user error with them, I would say. So yeah, again, a pretty boring opening stage. This snake's gonna just follow me the whole way. and then die randomly. So alright, first boss. He doesn't have really any trick to him. Shoot the middle of him when he opens his mouth. A bunch of shit's gonna fly at you in arcades, so if you're playing the normal difficulties, don't really worry about it so much. You pretty much just want to avoid everything. Standard shmup boss. Makes it hell easy with the formation option, because top and bottom totally got your back for those little squid things that are coming at you. This stage I'm going to show you the reduce, actually. I'll show you how cheap that shit is. I'm going to skip an option and get reduced. And look how fucking small I am now. Look at me take a hit right off the bat. I can't show off and lose my reduce. That's pretty shitty. But anyways, even if I get hit, as you can see, I'm still like 50% smaller than I would be otherwise. And this stage is going to showcase the amazing Super Nintendo's ability to slow down to a snail's crawl. Like when there's a fuck ton of bubbles, it's gonna slow down to like, oh my god, like nothing. There really is only one trick to this level, I would say. If you don't have as many options and firepower as me, I wouldn't shoot the bubbles. I would avoid them. Shooting them turns them into 3,000 bubbles. And if you don't have enough firepower, you're going to die. There's a secret level that you can access in this game that I don't think a lot of people know about either. So I'll show that. Even though I tend to die on the secret stage a hell of a lot more than the actual bubble stage. Woo! How did I not die? Alright, there's an option eater. He's a bastard. He's got a little bit of RNG for how he'll actually come at you. As you can see, he stole an option like a bitch. That was my bad. That was totally my fucking bad. Later on in the game, the option eaters will come at like the worst fucking times. Alright, get my option back and then showcase the secret level. If you fall into that little hole that the crabs come out, you'll access a secret stage. How Konami expected you to know about that, I have no fucking clue. But the secret stage is pretty fun, and it has the best music in the game. At least I think. I use it as my alarm to get up in the morning. Green things will give you 1-ups in this, but don't get too greedy about them because you will die very quickly if you try to get ahead of yourself, because that shit will come out of nowhere. As you can see, I got reduced back. I'm gonna get this 1-up over here and hope I don't die. Alright, and get the fuck out. Woo! But yeah, they're really fun stages. Woo! Yeah, so going into this secret stage allows you to skip the rest of the level and the boss fight, and it'll take you right to the start of the next stage. Having this much firepower will pretty much slow down most parts of the game. So that's another thing. I think that makes it easy. Wow, I cannot talk and play very well. I apologize. Oh, if you highlight this and hold A, it'll actually spread your formation option out, which is super nice for these parts. But I'm gonna get reduced back, actually. But yeah, this is really nice if you hold A while highlighting the option. You can hold it and like destroy everything without it even coming near you. That's another reason why I like formation option the most. You can do this with all the others but Snake. Rotate will get bigger. Actually, I'm not sure about the weird option. There's one that like depends on how you are like controlling your ship. Never really understood how to use it, but it doesn't seem like it's very good. This is actually one of the hardest spots of the game, especially if you don't have as much firepower as I do. Well, I mean, I haven't played a normal difficulty in a while, so I can't remember what it's like on normal, but everybody's shooting at you and them bringing shit out of their little base can get a little hectic. And I think that's also why a lot of people think Gradius is so difficult, is because when you die, it is pretty, it can be really shockingly difficult to get all your shit back in the checkpoint. The checkpoint is really specifically made to fuck you most times. But that's what a lot of quote-unquote pro players like about the Gradius checkpoint systems and how the weapons are. Because the actual difficulty in the game, I think, is when you're actually recovering from checkpoint deaths. Ugh. It can get really, really fun. But if you're playing normal, you don't have to worry too much about it. Except for speeding up is the most difficult thing. Right here, there's another secret level. If I fly into the ceiling right here, it doesn't work all the time for me, so I don't do it anymore. I haven't ever read up on how to get certain secret stages. A lot of them are kind of weird, and it seems like it's based on numbers, like your score number. The quirk is the sand, you shoot through it, and occasionally random unseen boulders will drop on top of you, so you want to commit as little as possible to everything you do. I can kill people up here if I stick my option through. I can't remember, but I think on arcade difficulty you can't actually destroy the boulders, which definitely adds difficulty to this part, but on every other difficulty you can destroy the boulders with enough firepower. I think on easy they die in like 3 hits, on normal it takes a little bit, on hard it takes quite a while to kill them. And if I remember right, arcade, oh, this was a really dumb option for me. Yeah, on arcade you will not be able to kill them if I remember right. Which makes checkpointing in that part, oh my god, it makes it so hard. Because you'll have a little pussy weapon and it only shoots forward. So you can only shoot forward and you can't like spread anything out. That's bad because if a boulder falls in front of you, you're fucked. But on every other difficulty, don't even worry about it. This is my little trick for this part. Spread your option out. You get the most firepower on them. And they'll die before they even come through. You don't even have to move. But then again, this isn't the actual boss of the stage, so it isn't that cool. Here is everybody's favorite reoccurring Gradius boss. you get in between the diamonds, and when he opens his little 3 eyes, you start firing at him. I like to commit the least I can possibly commit with using my formation option. And pretty much that's it. It might be a little bit difficult if you don't have as much firepower as me, but it's a pretty straightforward boss. At this point, I don't want to get any red things, because I want to keep my formation option, my spread. I can't remember if it tells you in Option Eater. As I said, they come at the worst possible times on arcade. Woo! Don't scratch your nose in Gradius. Well, I suppose you can if there's that much slowdown. This is the Mwai level. There is another secret level in this one as well. But it involves you running into the back of a red Mwai head. And it's a random one, and I can never figure out which one it is exactly. On arcade, it's pretty shocking how many little red donut rings they send at you. But since you can shoot the red donut rings, it's not bothersome. You kill the Mwai heads by shooting them in the mouth. And that's how you will kill the upcoming boss as well. Man, I will say, if this game actually didn't have slowdown, it would be a pretty difficult game, I think. I really wish they like reissued this exact version on like a PS2 or something. I mean, they did release the arcade version of this on PS2 with the edit mode, but the arcade is just so shockingly difficult comparatively to this one that yeah, it doesn't matter that you have edit mode in that one. Woo! Oh fuck, what am I doing? Oh well. You have to shoot every side of their face to kill a block. I didn't have to do that one, but I did want to demonstrate it. Because on the next one, you will have to. So, yeah. It's a little difficult, but